Gamers, today we're looking at something interesting. We are reacting to the newest patch win rates from December 1st onward. Apparently these got updated last night or today, I'm not sure. And Malians have the highest win rate. 2 weeks ago, I made a video where we reacted to the win rates before the last patch, and Malians were the lowest. And in the past couple of weeks, the Farimba build, and I mentioned it in the last tier list review, I just went to check it, it was then, or Civ tier list, where I put Malian, it used to be like the D tier, I put it now in B tier, and I said, the longer the time passes, people in lower leagues, people in general are going to figure out how to play Malians more and more, especially because of the Farimba build that's come up. It's very, very strong. I did not expect Malian's going to be first in win rates across all leagues, which is kind of weird. So let's look. Silver and under, Malian's still not there. Again, lower leagues tend to like need longer time to figure stuff. Let's look at gold. Already in gold, Malian's is second highest win rate, which was kind of crazy. Rus, I mentioned this as well. I said the last time we reviewed these, without hideout, Rus is the worst Civ. When we looked at those win rates, which was I think like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, Rus was second highest win rate or highest win rate in most of the leagues. And then we looked at actual details and saw that Rus had like 80%, I can't remember, like 80 or 78% win rate on hideout. And now that hideout is not part of the ladder map pool anymore, well, you see what happens. Rus is down in the shitter. Rus is, I think, where it belongs. I find it a little bit funny and weird that English and China are this low. But, you know, it is gold. Anything can happen. Delhi, above 50% in low leagues. Let's go. Platinum. Malians, strong second. Mongols still up there. A lot of the civs with negative win rate. China actually the worst in here. Interesting. Diamond. We see Malians. Wait. It went from 52.4%. Diamond League, Malians have almost, well, let's just do it, 54.5% win rate, which is kind of crazy. Now, let's look at the stats and why this is, right? Rus has climbed a little bit upwards, which is kind of weird, in my opinion. Rus is the weakest Civ, IMO. Now, why does HRE suddenly have worse win rate? Why is that? Any takers? It's because the Civ that suddenly played a lot that was not played before, which is Malians, are being played more. And Malians got 60% win rate against HRE. So this is what, like, looking at stats can always be looked at wrong, the right way and the neutral way, right? It's never just black and white. It's never like, oh, Malians are the best Civ. You have to look why Malians are the best Civ. So Malians do have counters. Don't get me wrong. They do have counters. And the reason why Ottoman is that, or one of the reasons why Ottoman is that high up, because Ottoman beat Malians, right? And the reason why Malians is so high is, I guess for some reason, people lose with China against Malians a lot, which I think China is quite good against Malians. But you can see that these two matchups in Diamond are heavily favored into the Malian side. And they put them at they're at the lowest win rate because they lose so many of the games. 60% of the games is a lot to lose in that matchup. Malian also farms French, by the way, pretty badly, and I talked about this. Like, one of the best counters, if not the best counter for French, is Malian. It's a very hard matchup. French is a Civ that is not that played anymore, right? It used to be way higher. It used to be the most played Civ, but still a lot of people play it. And then if you look here, French has 49% win rate, and you're like, that's pretty bad. Like, French is under 50%. But then exclude French versus Malian, right? And French is well over 50% win rate. Because 65% of the games the French loses, if you exclude those, then French is above 50%. And then if you would exclude, like, even Mongol, French would be like 54% win rate or something like that. Which again, you can't just look at stats like, oh, French has 49%, that means they suck. It's like, no, maybe there's like one matchup they're really bad in and where they're getting a tons of losses in, and that's what's happening here. Again, I expected Malian to do better. I expected Malian to, like, it had worst win rate. And like I said, I expected with Farimba for that to go up to like maybe top 3, top 4, because it's a very easy build to execute. It's kind of like Burger Palace for HRE, but I feel like it's easier, it's safer, and it's stronger than Burger Palace. I did not expect it would get this high rated though. Now, you might think that this will go down or balance out, and honestly, I don't think it will. And this is why. I think that Ottoman does not counter Malian this much, like how it says. I think Ottoman is very good against Malian, don't get me wrong. But I think Malian players will learn how to defend against Ottoman. Not sure why Abbasid versus Malian is like this either. So that's probably going to get fixed into a positive. But let's say you have one bad matchup, which is Ottoman. Every other matchup is looking really high. 59, 54, 52, 65, 53, 59, 60%. That is insane win rates if you think about it. Insane win rates. There are some civs where the players will learn how to play against Malians. I think Delhi is quite good against Malians. Quite good. One of the best counters for Malians, I would say, are probably English, Ottoman, and Delhi. And for some, like right now, these two don't have good win rates against it. And I think China is also quite good. Mongol can be okay. So those win rates, I think, are going to rebalance. The issue is these win rates, HRE and China, HRE and French will not rebalance. I think they're just very Malian favored. And I don't really see how French is going to like figure it out how to play. There's nothing to figure out. The way that civs clash, Malian is just favored. And yeah, you know, sometimes I say when a civ is like rank 1, like Rus last time, I say, hey, this is why, and that's gonna go down, and now we see Rus going down because hideout's out. But I would not expect the Malian win rates to change much. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go up to 60%, they're probably not, but I would expect them to stay 52 to 55% in the next month, assuming no changes. Farimba is just very easy to do. It's very strong. It's not an OP strat like unbeatable, but it's the problem of it takes a lot more to beat it than to play it. And yeah. So before we jump into Conqueror, let's look at overall stats, which we kind of did at the start, but didn't do too much. So yeah, overall, Rus has the lowest win rate, followed up by China, followed up by Abbasid, Delhi, HRE, English at exactly 50%. And because English is OP, that's a negative, and that's why it's in red. 50% for English, that's red, because they're supposed to be at 55 or more. French is still hanging on there. Mongol, still strong. Probably the most solid civ on the ladder throughout history maybe before, I would say. I think there was one period where Mongol had a negative win rate. All the other times Mongol was destroying. And we see the two new civs at the top, which is quite interesting. What I'm also happy about is these civs are having way more played games compared to early on. A lot more people are willing to play them, or a lot more people are willing to try them out. And I can see 28,000 games. Ottoman is almost played as much as Mongol, which there's a lot of Mongol one-trick ponies. Malian, a little bit less, but doing better. French, still a very popular civ with 42,000 games. English, 73,000 games. HRE, around 40k, so HRE is still a very popular civ, which again, the reason why Malian is doing this well. If you look at across the board, it's 58%. Delhi with 11k, so Delhi very low. Abbasid 15k, and then Rus, a lot of people, as you can see, are slowly giving up on the Rus. And then China, this is the surprising part. China with 33,000 games, but only 48% win rate. Kind of interesting. Now let's look at the Conqueror and above. What would I predict for Conqueror and above? Although Conqueror and above is a wide spectrum of civs, right? Or a rating, I mean. Conqueror and above, I would say top 5 civs. Mongol, in no specific order. Mongol, Malian, English, China, and Ottoman. Malian, Ottoman, Mongol, English, and China. I would say are top 5. Probably English is 1. I would imagine. Holy shit! English is the lowest win rate in Conqueror? Oh my god. Oh, that's funny. And Rus is at 50%, China is at 40%. Listen, guys, come on. Come on. That's not... Listen, that's... Who is playing the... How can I see who's playing these English games? Guys, stop. If you got under 70% win rate with English, stop playing the Civ. Play something else. You are ruining the win rate of the strongest Civ. Most pro players right now consider English the strongest Civ, followed up by China. It's so weird that Conqueror has lowest win rate. Mongol, Malian, Ottoman, I call those in top 5. Those don't surprise me. Especially Mongol. Mongol always did really well in Conqueror, like a bit better than in lower leagues because of tower rushing. Malian, because of Farimba, not surprised. Ottoman, not surprised. French being at 51 and Rus is really surprising to me. HRE and Delhi being lower is not, because I think a lot of people don't know how to play these civs at super high level. Abbasid, so-so, not like surprise, but maybe it could be a bit higher. But China and English being this low is kind of crazy. 38% against French. English's best matchup is against China in Conqueror. Like, how does English lose against Abbasid? Guys, come on. Guys. Play more English showed that it's good. I mean... Let's see. Rank match solo. This is versus Civilization. Wait a minute. Is it my fault? Wait, maybe I'm part of the problem. Maybe I am part of the problem. China, 88%. At least I'm dragging the Malian win rate down. I'm under 70%, yeah, fuck. Listen, listen. Anyway, where are the English win rates regarding maps? I'm kind of curious about that. Total. I'm actually surprised about this. Okay, here we go. Wait. Wait, forest spawns? Altai? Hill and Dale? Oh, was this when it was bugged? Yeah. Wow. That's kind of crazy, I gotta say. I'm very surprised. Like, I play against Malian, but I don't think Malian's that good. Like, I don't... So, if we had a tournament next week, right? For, like, top 32 players, I don't think Malians would be top 3 most picked Civ at all. Maybe not even top 4. I think people would pick English, China a lot. People would pick Mongols for sure. Like, those 3, I would assume would be the most picked Civs. Which is kind of interesting. This is probably the most spiciest win rate update that I have seen from the ladder win rates. Like, I think usually you can explain all of them, but this one I am not sure what the reasoning is. Because I personally think that English is now probably better than ever. Maybe the maps are not good for English. Maybe I'm still coped up from Red Bull, where the maps were really, really good for English. I am not sure. And in honor of English and China, I'm gonna be laddering today only with English and China. Guys, I'm doing a challenge. We're gonna get those win rates up, alright? Or down. We're gonna get those win rates up. We're gonna get the English out of the gutter. And we're gonna get them to 55 to 60% where they deserve. But I'm genuinely surprised about that one. Let me know what you guys think. We're gonna check in on the win rates in January, of course. We're gonna have another month worth of stuff. What I would expect in Conqueror is Mongol to probably stay where it is, Ottoman to probably stay where it is. I would expect English and China. I don't know, maybe it is the maps. The maps are very open in 1-on-1 ladder map pool. I'm not sure. But I'm surprised, and I think English is way too low than it should be. English dead Civ? No, it's not. It's still good. I don't know why. This is wrong. This is wrong. Completely wrong. Yeah, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Now I'm gonna go do some charity work, and I'm gonna go boost the trash Civ win rates, aka the English and the Chinese. I'm gonna go on the ladder and kind of push and just go against the broken Civs like French and Rus, and I'm gonna try to get that win rate up. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. If you're watching on Twitch, I mean, let's just get going.